Alright, YouTube fam, what's going on? Welcome back. Welcome back to the live stream. Hope you guys are doing well. Oh, look at this. What the fuck? Oh no, 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 no. Alright, you guys should be able to hear me now. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the live stream. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Monday. First Monday back after NFP. Let's just get the charts up here. NASDAQ. The Zoom guys are joining. BYD surpasses Tesla. So is Tesla worth the hype? Interesting topic. Very, very interesting topic. Why can't I open Zoom? YouTube fam, let me know if you guys can hear me okay. I think you should be able to. I don't know why my Zoom won't load. Alright, here we go. Everyone's joining here. Microphone. Yep, cool, cool, cool. No. Microphone there. Speaker. Mac speaker. Cool. Alright. Sounds good. Cool. What's going on, Zoom guys? Welcome back. Happy Monday. Let me share my screen with you guys. I think everyone is almost here. We'll let a few more people join in. But good to be back on stream. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Took some time off after the crazy NFP moves we saw on Friday, which we'll run over as well. Asia's had a very big sell-off today. A very big sell-off to start the week, which could be an interesting bottom wick on the weekly, which we'll run over. Good morning, afternoon. Ross, what's going on, man? Welcome, welcome. Let me just, before I jump straight in, I'm just going to have a quick look at the news over here. I believe we've got a big week coming up. Let me just refresh. G'day, Chris, Matt, and there, Mario. What's going on, guys? Yeah, gold had a big sell-off today, even though it was a Japan bank holiday. So I don't know who was lying about that, but someone lied about there being a bank holiday because gold had an absolutely ridiculous sell-off. Good afternoon from Hong Kong. Trent, legend.
Recording in progress.
Oh yeah. Swiss CPI in 30 minutes. Oh, interesting. We'll give that a watch as well. A few more guys are joining. So what do we have today? So today, yeah, Swiss franc CPI. For the US dollar, you have CPI on Thursday, which is going to be very big. Then you got core PPI on Friday as well. So you've got a pretty big week fundamentally. G'day Blake, Brian, Riley. Good morning together. Happy New Year to you too. Martin, good morning, man. Good morning, good morning. Everyone tuning in today. Well, let's just jump straight in. Brian, what's going on, man? Yeah, we got Swiss franc news coming up. A pair I used to trade was USD Swiss franc. I used to absolutely love that pair. If anyone still trades FX, it's a very, very nice pair to trade. I think everyone's here. I don't want to back up on Friday. Yeah, there is, man. Yeah. So you got quite an important week this week. Lots going on. And gold had some pretty interesting and some pretty erratic moves off NFP on Friday. These were the liquidity levels that we spoke about. This double top, and then these lows to get grabbed. So you saw NFP wick out all the lows and then completely rip back higher. What's this? Let me get rid of these alerts. Remove all. Let me just remove all of them, and we'll start from scratch. 10 ticks. Look at that. John joining. Cool. So yeah, this was the back of NFP. We ripped down, we grabbed the lows, closed back above this support, ripped higher, and then came straight back down, retested, and now we pushed down again. And then today, Asia has opened. Where's the market open? Opened here, came back up, retested this level of resistance, support, resistance, broken, resistance, and had a very, very surprisingly big sell-off. I say surprising because it's a yen bank holiday. You've seen gold, almost do a bigger move than we saw on NFP in the US session on Friday. So it's a very, very big move on gold today, which is fine. Doesn't mean we can't trade today. It just means it's going to be a little bit more difficult, and we may be playing some sort of ranges in London, which is totally fine. For gold ranges, you can still get great moves. So let's do a little bit of top down here on gold. It's kind of hard to say. I had a quick look before, and it's kind of hard to say where gold's going to go because NFP had such a crazy move, and I'll explain to you guys what I mean. Well, actually, on the weekly now, you can see last week, closed bearish, closed below the previous weekly low, but it's still respecting all of this very, very big resistance around 2040 all the way back down into like 2025-ish. This is one huge level that we've broken above, retested, and trying to push higher. Now, because we've already come so close to this previous weekly low, to me it's very likely that that's now going to be grabbed. You're not going to see gold reject from here and just push up. You're going to create this little double bottom now, and even you may have a little retracement, and you see gold on the weekly come back down, grab these lows, and then start pushing higher. But last week was, somewhat doji. So the fact that we've opened and instantly pushed down already this week is kind of nicer, to be honest, because now it's kind of given us a picture of what we may see for the rest of the week, and that would be to grab the week lows and then potentially see this top wick a little bit more. Obviously, Friday's close was NFP day, and it was very, very aggressive. We wicked out the lows, and then we wicked out the highs, but notice how, we didn't actually close back above them. If we closed above these highs, amazing, we grab the lows, we can go long. But because you wicked out the lows and also wicked out the highs and still closed within this range, it's very hard to say where gold's going to go in an overall direction. But to me now, Friday's NFP low looks like a low to be coming grabbed. And you also have this double bottom that we spoke about down here before this entire move up as well that never had been grabbed. So current two daily liquidity lows are going to be down here. There's no real daily highs that I see of interest to come and grab. We kind of already grabbed them all. And if we take a look on gold, if we really zoom out here on gold, we can see that we are overall still very bullish on gold. You're very bullish, like this, coming up like this, coming down. This could easily just retrace and keep pushing up. So on a much higher time frame perspective, we are still very much bullish. But that's overall. I don't really care about overall. This is the high that got grabbed. Previous 4 hour has closed bearish. Instant top wick could be retesting to flip bearish and have a pretty decent drive back down into these lows. Which would be a very, very nice move actually. So let's not waste too much time here. We can see 4 hour is bearish. You've closed below this previous support, resistance, fake out, support. So it's a very big level that we've now closed below and created an instant top wick. Even if gold is going to push higher today, you're at least going to come down and grab previous 4 hour lows. It's never just going to tap this level once and just push higher. I mean, it did here, but I still think that at some point is going to get grabbed. You'll very likely, reject it, pull back, and then come and grab the low. So shorts down to that 4 hour low and down into Friday's low, to me, looks like a pretty decent trade today, actually. Yeah, 2000's just down here as well. Yeah, 2000 just down there. Where do we tap into? Look at it, spiked right into 2024. Now, before we can look at sells, if we just adjust this level, what's the hourly doing? Before we can jump in sells in confluence with the 4 hourly, well, the hourly's broken back below this level, retested and actually closed back above and now currently retesting. So could we see gold retrace a little bit more? I'm going to grab this level. Where could you top wick into? You could play this range, or maybe even somewhere I think is probably a safer bet is probably something like this. I think this is still a pretty decent range to play. What's this? Yeah, 30 ticks, amazing. So it's probably going to be the range for London session. I mean, overall, it's going to be up there, but I think you're going to find some pretty decent resistance around here. I'm just looking, when I'm drawing this line, I'm just looking left, I'm looking at this support, broken resistance, pushed higher, retested support. So to me, this looks like the 25/30-ish range that we could be playing today. If you start to close back bearish below this level, amazing, we'll look for shorts all the way down into these lows, and that's going to probably be a very nice trade where you could see this downside come in very quick, as opposed to here you'll probably mess around with this for quite a while. But if you close back below here, you got a pretty easy drive back down into this low, and then back down into this low as well. So that's gold on the hourly. We'll drop down to, let me just mark on this low like this. I believe on the 30 we didn't really grab any highs before this whole run down, which was quite interesting. Yeah, so for this whole push down, well, you have now, but for this whole push down here, you never grabbed any previous 30 highs, which you would expect to grab liquidity before pushing down. So the fact that we haven't, at some point, you know, we could top wick up into these previous 30 highs before seeing this push back down. And I would say probably, you know, this high is of interest because it sits nicely around this support, which we broke below, top wick to push lower. I think we may get some long soon. I don't want to faff around for too long here. You've not even grabbed these previous highs. Let me just see what this would look like. You're grabbing previous 15 lows here on gold pretty well. If this starts to re-break its own high, what do you have in this range? You have break even 16 and main TP like 45-ish, which is pretty nice. It's going to close in 2 minutes, so well, 1 minute. We'll just wait for that. Let me just play this here. Ah, motherfucker. Where are we? Hopefully you guys enjoyed the top step risk management video as well. It was a highly requested one that it was good to jump on and make for you guys, create some rules to pass top step. Very good video, thank you Ross, glad you enjoyed it, man. Because a lot of people think that the top step rules are too strict, but you just have to know how to approach it. The good thing about top step is there's no time limit, so you don't need to be risking 1 to 2 to 3% per trade. Maximize the drawdown that you can work with and take as long as you want. You still only need 6% to pass the entire challenge. Any other FX firm is like what, 15% or 14%, 12%, whereas Top Step's literally just 6% to become actually funded. Alright, 15's just closed here on gold, finding some support, which is nice. Instant bottom wick. Let me drop down to the 5 in a second. Let me just make my charts a little bit nicer. Oh, this 5's actually looking quite nice here. So 15 just closed respecting this support. 5 minute is into an instant bottom wick. So if you were to take the break of these highs, what's your stop loss going to be? 14 ticks, which is pretty nice. Your break even point has to be as soon as you liquidate these highs at 5 to see if this can drive back up into here for 20. I don't really want to take a retest entry because you've already created a top wick. Let me see, I'm not in this just yet. It's a bit too quick. Only because you've got to be break even as soon as you grab these, because these are previous hourly highs. Which, if gold's going to push down, you're at least going to grab this high. And from where you're currently sitting, it's only, your break even point is 5 pips, which is a bit shit. But let's see, I'm not in this. It's a bit too quick. Let me just write not in, just in case anyone jumps in. I don't think that's a symbol. I was more so looking to type it in, mate. There you go. Not in, just in case anyone takes it. It's not a bad trade. Just the break even point's quite aggressive. Very good video. Thank you. Good video, bro. Took notes. It's been a while since I've done that. Good job, Riley. See, as soon as you start rejecting from here, this is where you'd have to be open to managing your position. This is what I'm skeptical of. I think even if you're gonna, break and push to these highs, I think you could still bottom wick to pretty much where your entry would be before having that push higher. See, as soon as you start tapping into this resistance and rejecting, you'd be a little bit skeptical and a little bit worried. But yeah, although gold has had such a big move down in Asia, it has in a way kind of helped, because coming onto the charts, I had a brief look at the charts yesterday on Sunday, and coming into this week with the way that Friday closed, overall, it's very, very hard to say where gold's gonna go, because you grab the lows, you grab the highs, are still closed within the range. I prefer gold to come all the way back down to grab these lows, but the daily is kind of, it's too hard to say just yet. So the fact that today has opened and already pushed down that aggressive kind of gives you a little bit more direction now, because now you kind of start to create this liquidity down here, and you're back down at a nice level of support, which could give you a pretty decent pullback, even to come back up into from here back up into these levels is like 65-ish, which is pretty decent. So although I didn't get the sell-off in Asia, it, in a way has kind of helped me paint a nicer picture of what may happen today. So if anyone traded Asia but maybe didn't get the shorts, it's okay, don't worry. It's kind of painted the nicer picture for us now, because now we have nice liquidity points where we could pull back into before going long. There you go. That's the reason I didn't want to take that trade. As soon as you start tapping into this resistance, you have to manage your position. So you'd either be in break even or sat into drawdown right now. And look at that. Now you're pushing back down, and you re-break these lows, you may see this push down. I just had a quick look on the 30, and the 30 actually hasn't really grabbed any interesting lows either. So if we get a 15-minute fake out, close back below this level, you could have some shorts. You could have some shorts. Move this over here. And this is why it's good that, I was going to do a a Sunday market breakdown video, but when you see it open and just push like this, it just kind of ruins the entire move. So I personally don't like to put too much emphasis now onto Sunday market analysis. I used to always do Sunday market analysis, but if the market opens and just instantly pushes in the other direction, you literally have to go from scratch. It's good to have a look, see how last week closed, but I say if you want to do your weekly analysis, just maybe do it even after the London session to start the week. It's probably not a bad idea. Because if you open and do shit like this, which we've been doing quite a lot recently, it just kind of throws everything off. You kind of got to go from scratch anyway. We're gonna get some sells on gold. 5 minutes rebroke, and these didn't grab any highs whatsoever, which is interesting. But you're now closing back below this level here. If you'd liquidate these highs, I'd be shorting this motherfucker all day. And you open instant bottom wick. So where would you want to? What's the kind of range you're working with now here? Well, you're at least now probably going to come and grab this. It's always a bit tricky first day after NFP. Yeah, look at this. Before this drop down, and this is very interesting. I would be watching these highs coming into this week. Look at that. You got double top there as well. Before this continuation move back down, you didn't grab any highs here at all. So watching this high up here for some point, maybe not today, but maybe tomorrow. I mean, maybe today. Who knows? It's only 70 ticks away. It's not that crazy. But not in London. That's anyway. Is a pretty nice level. That was an aggressive sell-off today with no real reason. And look at this on Friday NFP. You guys on Zoom already know. What did we not do here before this huge push up? We never grabbed any of the lows. This is basically a triple bottom. So shorting down to grab all of these lows makes a lot of sense to me. So that's a very, I'm very surprised. Before we had this complete rip back up, you never grabbed them lows. Respected all three of them lows and just pushed, broke back above the support, retested and ripped higher. Nearly caught it. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw you guys were active in Asia today, because it had a, what time was the sell off? Maybe around here, I think it was. Oh, look at that, 30. Oh no, 5. Sorry, 5. Closed a no top wick, wicked out the highs and just fucking sold off massively. You know, if I was watching Asia, I maybe even would have got caught in some longs, maybe somewhere around here, to come and grab some previous 30 highs off this support, but it just kept breaking and breaking and breaking. That's why it's so good just to wait for closures back above levels. The fact that we never grabbed any 30-minute highs for this entire push down, especially in Asia, is pretty rare. It's something you'd expect to see in the New York session. $3.30ish. Is that you London time? Oz time. Yeah, bouncing off that support to come back up. Because what did you grab any highs? Yeah, you kind of did. Did kind of grab them highs. Bit of a shit 30 close there. Then it kind of opened and instantly just kept dropping. Yeah, I know. There's a aggressive move. And it's kind of out of nowhere as well. Like I say, like if I was watching this, it's so easy to look back in hindsight and be like, sales was so obvious. But it's like, I don't actually think it was. I mean, you were creating a triple bottom here, which was pretty nice. Creating a triple bottom. So for that to be grabbed was nice. So if you had a top wick on this next 30, then sure, you could have had some pretty nice sells. But you didn't really, to be honest. You kind of just opened and instantly ripped down. And then from then on out, boom. Big push. Once you actually broke, that was kind of a bit nicer. That's what you want to see here. Nice, decent top wick. Break of the low. Did that close a no bottom wick? I think it did, yeah. Fucking Asia had a huge move. First day back. Been back a sick of holiday period. Hope all is well. Good to have you back on us, man. Hope you're doing well. Not pukey. Looking for a short or long? All depends on this 30 close. If this 30 closes back bearish below this level, I'll go for shorts. I'll take some shorts, man. I'll take some shorts down into these lows down here. I just want to see this 30 close nice and bearish, give us a top wick, and then we can take it. It's annoying that it didn't grab the highs though, but it just means that'll be a level for later on. As soon as we do come close to this close, I'll drop down to the 5 in a second. Dang, the push, yeah, insane push. Basically, straight there. Took liquidity, closed below, then top wick. Yeah, it did, man. It did follow it. It did follow it very well, quite a few times actually. And just kept pushing. Yeah, here. Closed so bullish, no top wick. Grabbed the highs, closed back bearish. And after that, you know, you liquidate some lows here. Tried to push up, couldn't close above any resistance. So you don't take any longs here. And then boom, straight back down. Very big push. Yeah, so if this 30 closes below this level here, I'm going to look for some shorts all the way back down into here and down into here. And that's going to be a much nicer range today. Want to see this 30 close bearish, open, top wick into some highs, and then boom. Amazing. And then later on today, all of these highs are going to be pretty nice to be grabbed. The thing is, on the weekly, because you got very big news today, sorry, not today, this week. On the weekly, as soon as you start grabbing these weekly lows, you have to be open to this weekly finding support and potentially flipping bullish. You know, if this weekly is going to drop, I'll be very surprised that if this Monday will be the high of the week. I'll be very surprised. You would expect, you know, if this week's going to close pretty bearish, you'd have a decent top wick before that. But you're never going to push higher whilst respecting last week's low. The fact that you've now come so close to it. So shorting into that and down into this is a daily double bottom is a pretty nice trade. Just want to see this. Obviously the 4 hour is incredibly bearish as well. Bearish top wick, shorting down into previous 4 hour lows is kind of the How long we got? 4 minutes. I'll drop down. It looks like we're gonna get closed below, which is nice. So I'll drop down to the 5 and 15 soon. What's the 15 doing? 15 is very, very, very choppy prior to this drop. So if we get a nice closure here, amazing. Looking at for 2037. Yeah. What else we got going on here today? Let's have a look at Nasdaq. How did Nasdaq close on the weekly? Very, very bearish. Coming up to retest these highs here. There's a little a long-term play. 8% investment on Nasdaq back up into the highs from where you're currently sitting is a very nice level. Let me just see. It's still quite far away. Nasdaq had a. If anyone invests in Nasdaq or wants to invest in something long term, Nasdaq had an absolutely insane recovery this year. 50% recovery after the drop in 2022. Hit a 50% recovery. Incredible. Ooh, look at this. We're going to get that closure below, or we're going to close back above. Closures are key. So 50% recovery. And how much did you drop in? I think I looked at this the other day. It was very interesting. What? Minus 34%. So minus 34% in, where's the close? Where's January? Here. Yeah, so minus 34%, then up 50. So in the past 2 years, you'll still be up over 20%, which is still fantastic. Where's your next trip to, Aaron? Blake, next trip is New Zealand next month. I'm going to, look at this. Going to New Zealand next month, man. And then after that, it's the Bali trading retreat, which will be good. Look at this. 35 seconds here. Mind kind of how soon to enter after the oh yeah, sure, Harry. So so let's say if you are, let's say in this next 30 we are looking for some sells. Well, we don't want to take sells too quick into the open of the next 30. So if the next 30 opens like this and instantly pushes down, then you want to be careful taking sells, because if you want the 30 to close, well, let me just see how this is going to close here. So let me just see. I'll explain this in a second. Sorry, let me just see how this is going to close. See if we're going to get a little trade here. You just had a very quick top wick here, so this is where you wouldn't want to jump in sells too quick. I want to see a bit more of a top wick than that. Where I don't want to see this 30 top wick into. Or look at 5 minute, finding some big support here ish. But yeah, you don't ever really want to take a trade in the last 5 minutes or the first 5 minutes of the hourly and 30, because that can usually be the false move, which you can see here. If you took some sells on this 5 minute without knowing it's the last 5 minute of the 30, you go straight into drawdown. And if the 30, say, let's get these fancy drawings on the go here. Say if the 30 is bearish like this, and the next 30 you want to see something like this. Well, you want this top wick to happen in the first 5, 10, 15, whatever of the 30, so then you can be able to take the break of the low like here, and then you can take the sells. But if the 30 opens like this and instantly pushes down, then that could be the bottom wick for it to then flip back bullish and go higher. You can get trapped in a trade taking it too early. So I don't like to take a trade in like, say for instance now, if I want sells, I I won't take sales in the first 5 minutes if it opens and instantly pushes down, because I need to see the top wick on the 30 before, you know, playing it back lower. If that makes sense, man. Same as the hourly. You never want to take a trade in the first 5 minutes or the last 5 minutes of the hourly because of stuff like this. We're grabbing these little 5-minute highs here. If you start breaking this low, you could have a trade and risk off this high soon. Have a word with you about NAS and S&P sometimes, Mama. Yeah, sounds good, man. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. As like a day trading or like a long term. Yeah, possible 3-pin. Yeah, if this 5-minute closes bullish, then you got a possible morning star here. If this 5 closes bearish, though, you could have some sells. But I'd wait for it to break the low. Now you can kind of risk off this high, because if you break this high, you're probably just going to push higher. So if this is a true liquidity grab and it breaks the low, you should drive from there. Otherwise, if this gets broken, you'll push all the way up into here. You don't want to go from risking 14 to 40 to then being stupid and risking like 80. Long-term holds, yes. Sound, let's do it, man. Let's do it. I was actually having a look into some long-term, running some numbers on a long-term investment in S&P opposed to a house recently. It's very, very interesting. I'd have previously been to enter here on the flip of the 5. Now this one you can, because now you've already got a top wick. This could easily be the top wick of the 30. So now you can look for the break of the lows. Although it's the first 5 minutes, it's going to close soon. But because it's already given you the top wick first, that's what you want to see. So once you've got that decent top wick now, grabbing some intraday highs, then you can definitely take it. But it's just resistance and support. It's a very, very low target. I don't have any orders in it, but yeah, you guys. S&P, I think S&P's done a little less, but Nasdaq has, yeah, on average, I think it's around 9 to 10%. Even in the drops in COVID, when Nasdaq had insane drops in during COVID, still recovered and ended up the year up like 15 or something percent, something crazy. So from between 2007 and 2023, which is including 2008 crash and the C word crash, the compound annual growth is 16.29%, which is very large. Oh, don't drop from here, Goldie. Let me see. If this 5-minute opens with an instant top wick, you could have some sells here on gold. Oh, my trading view fucking lagged in the 5-minute. Oh, you're gonna get instant top wick. I'm gonna take the break of this low here on Goldie. You can risk off that high. I'm a fucking ninja, can't open it. Yeah, if you can see this 5 flip bearish, you could have a nice trade here. I don't have a fucking ninja trade open yet. It's enough for me, yeah, and compound that over 10 years, man, it's insane. Way more than you'd ever get in a house. Alright. Let me see here, 5-minute. What's this on the futures? On the futures at 35.6. If it doesn't flip in this 5, you got to be careful. As soon as you start to reject and throw some bearish signs here, I'm going to put this in. I am skeptical that it's at 15 support as well, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I'm gonna put in this at half risk on below this current 5 below, just in case it flips quite quick out of nowhere. and I'll put in a stop loss above this high once it does flip. But the 15 could find some support like this. See, the 15 is still at that support, which I'm not a huge fan of, with the highs not really being grabbed up there. But I mean, to at least grab this 15, you'll probably be at break even. It's only 9 pips. It's not that great. It's a very messy range here on gold. Let's see. We shall see. Because if it doesn't, you know, because what you clearly have found some support here now as well. And this range is what 12, 13 ticks, a very tight range. So if it doesn't break this level, you have to be managing. The futures chart hasn't flipped just yet. Currency chart starting to flip here. Futures chart hasn't flipped just yet. I'm not tagged in this personally yet. 35.6 on the futures hasn't been tapped. What are you tapping into? One more minute. How do I share? There you go. I'm putting this. I only have this order in at like 3 contracts. Are very small. I just got filled for 1. Lack of volume. I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm canceling. I just got tagged in this for 1, and I've just cancelled the other 2 because I don't really like it. It's not driving here, so I'm in this for like 1 contract, which is 10% of what I would normally trade. Because I don't like the way this is just stalling so much. So I'm not gonna put in the rest back in. It's too meh. If it does drop from here, so be it. I'll re-enter on the next 5. The volume and the fact that we have just found some support here kind of makes the trade not really worth the risk. So if you close in like, 40 seconds around break even, you guys may just want to close and just wait for the next. If we break break below this support, amazing. I'll re-enter with the rest of my position. But the fact that it still isn't driving is a bit meh. And I may just cut this soon. I'm going to wait for the 15 maybe. And I'm going to cut it. Yeah, I'm going to wait for close. We got 13 seconds here. It's difficult because you've had such a big move in Asia. London is going to kind of mess around a little bit. Yeah, cool. Nah, I'm cutting that trade there. I just cut that at minus $40. That 5 minute has literally just closed with 0.5 tick of volume. So I'll wait for the 15 and we can look for entries, but I'm not willing to keep that trade open or trade that with any size. Even if I only got tagged in with 1 contract there for whatever reason. I didn't get filled for the rest. It didn't come down low enough. But if you guys got tagged in with more size, just cut it at break even. It's not worth the risk just yet. I think we wait for the 15 close. Because look at that, 15 stuck in this little range now. Close with $2 profit. Better than a kick in the dick. Hey, $2 profit is $2 profit. I closed mine at minus $44. So like what? Minus 0.4 ticks or something. I didn't have much confidence going in with that one because the range is so small. The next 5 has just given. Fuck, I swear if we drop from here. The next 5 just gave an instant top wick and pushing down. You could have had another order there, but this volume is a bit meh. A bit meh. How's this hourly starting to look? 'Cause you've got 20 minutes till this hourly's going to close. I don't want the hourly to look obvious when we miss it. Let's see. Hourly. Yeah, previous hourly was bullish. You didn't even grab previous hourly highs. You know, if we had grabbed these hourly highs here, which I don't think you did. Let me just zoom in. No, you haven't. So if this had wicked up, grabbed these highs, you know, I'd be more confident to short this. But this is now a double top. That if gold is going to, you know, have a decent push down today, you're still probably going to do something like this. Wait. You know, wick up into here before you're then going to see that push. So depending on how this starts to close, you know, I am open to flipping it and going long. But not just yet. If anyone is still in this, your break-even point as soon as you start tapping into here. As soon as you start tapping into this double bottom, take risk off the table. It's probably not worth taking any partials. It's what? Nah, it's 9 ticks. It's not worth it. But if you get like 15, something like that, just take it. Or if you get $2 profit, take it. Hello Aaron, I'm from the future and I'm going to inform you. This trade is going to hit TP. You weren't quick enough. You weren't quick enough. Let me... That double bottom is nice though, actually. It's a nice little spot there. Let me save this. But yeah, my reason for managing there is because this is this 5 minute here. If you guys see something like this more often, I took a few trades like this last week. This is a great 5 minute close because you came up, you liquidated some highs, closed nice and bearish. So if the next 5 minutes stalls after that, then that's clearly not true bearish momentum because you would push in most times when you see something like this. And you know, screen grab this 5 minute candle because that's a beautiful candle. And then if you stall and don't drive after that, you have to be managing. Because for the most part, when you see something like this in the 5 minute, you can have a pretty aggressive push down. And you know, you could have hit like 15, 20 ticks pretty easily there. But then as soon as you stall, then that makes me skeptical. And that's why I then have to manage my position. If this 5 minute here had closed below this support, amazing, I would still be holding this trade and I would accept the drawdown. But because you failed to close below this support, we managed the trade. Just closed $2 profit from that. That's two people with $2 profit there. Look at that. You guys owe me. You guys owe me big time. It's after 11 p.m. here in Seattle, eating cherry turnovers and doing some yoga while waiting for a trade. Very nice. What's a cherry turnover? I don't know what a cherry turnover is, but I feel like I need to know what a cherry turnover is. Cherry turnover. Oh, that looks pretty fucking good, yeah. Nice. I don't think I've ever had a cherry turnover, but I wouldn't mind one. I don't know if I want to eat a cherry turnover whilst doing yoga though. That sounds a bit too much. So that 15's obviously just closed, respecting... I'll hide this so we can still keep it. That 15's obviously just closed, respecting support. Yeah, respecting support, but it still hasn't grabbed any 15 lows. And this here now is a pretty decent instant 15 top wick, grabbing previous 15 highs. So if this 15 can flip bearish, you know, then you got a much nicer trade. You got like 20 ticks into the lows, which is actually much nicer. So sells on the break of this 15 low could actually be a much nicer trade here soon. See, if we didn't manage that trade, we would have hit stop loss there. Good job at spending demo money. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if we start to reject it, I would be much more inclined to take this 15 trade, risk off wherever this 15 high is going to be, and break even will be down at these lows at like 22 ticks, which is amazing. And if we get runners into these lows, fantastic. The fact this has no bottom wick yet is great. This is what we like to see. Oh, this is the last 15 of the hourly as well. How's that? Yeah. Ooh, look at that. So hourly could flip up and grab the highs. 15 could flip bearish. So it's the next move, whether we go long or short today, is all going to be based off this next 15 close. If this 15 close is bullish, I'm looking for buys on gold all the way back up into like 2034 to 2035. You check USD Swiss franc. Yeah, I'll have a look in a second, man. We'll have a look. As soon as any gold trade is off the cards, I will take a look, man. Let's keep it on the side. I'm not going to get it in this 5 minute. You still haven't grabbed any highs, which is not what we like. USD Swiss franc. Weekly, you got a double top at 86. Daily, incredibly doji. Grab the highs, but you've also grabbed the lows. You got to be neutral. You can't see this as a liquidity grab and think it's going to go down. You've also done the same to the lows. 4 hour, incredibly messy. With it being this messy, I don't really trade this anymore. Well, I don't trade it anymore. But being in this, I wouldn't touch it. There's no direction. You can try and force a direction, but there is no direction here. Unless you want to play the range, sure. That was a lovely liquidity grab to highs. Look at that double top. Wicks out the highs, still closes back in the range, sells from there, amazing. So when you get something like that, that's when you can, you can trade the 45 pip range. But until then, I personally wouldn't do anything. I don't know how that Swiss franc news came out either. Looks like it came out pretty strong. Swiss franc pushing down, but there's no direction. There's nothing to really say here. I personally wouldn't touch it. Unless you start grabbing some low, well, you're probably going to grab this low if anything, because this didn't grab anything significant. There you go. CPI is 1.7 better than expected. There you go. What do you reckon? I'm stuck in gold buy. Stuck in gold buys from where? What does that mean? Stuck in gold buys. Where are you in buys from? Then we can try and help. What time is it? 10 to 8. Look at this 15. This 5. If this 5 closes no bottom weight, I think you're going to see this 15 rip these highs. You may flip it from bearish to bullish soon. You still never grabbed any lows. So difficult, man. But to at least grab these highs now, looks pretty obvious. What's that? 10 ticks into highs, not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad. You got stuck in gold buys. Gold buys from 2034. Yeah. It's not a bad average. 20, if that's on the spot chart here, 2034 is not too far away. Where is that? That's like what, right there? Yeah, it's not too far away. Tapping into that before a push down wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. Because if gold's gonna push down here, we just grabbed hourly lows. You could easily see this top wick around these levels. Look at that bounce off that support. That's huge. Look at that. Instant 25 tick bounce. But I mean, yeah, depending on how this 15 closes, I may look for buys up in 2034. And if we get some longs, then you can hedge yourself. You need to be hedging yourself if you're going to sit in this much drawdown, though. Depending on where you got it. Where was the last time we tapped to? If you bought gold here and sat into 60 plus tick drawdown, you need to be hedging yourself against that. That's too much drawdown. Well, depending on the trade. I don't know if it was a swing trade or a day trade. If it was a day trade and you're going to 60 tick drawdown, you need to be hedging yourself. That's too much drawdown. Yeah. Do you want to see previous 15 lows grab before taking longs if it closes like this? Now, if it closes like this, the hourly could easily just rip here. Look at this big wick, wicked out previous hourly lows. If it does break its own high, you're going to have a pretty decent drive here. Explain how you would hedge. Well, if I had buys from 234, I mean, I'd be hedging shorts from here, wherever I had buys from. Like, if you take buys from here and your stop loss is all the way down here, you take hedges once it breaks back below and retests some shorts to cover your drawdown. You take shorts here until it closes back below, back above, at maybe half the risk of the buys you take here, and you've covered like 50% of your drawdown, and you're not losing your mind and potentially blowing your account. It depends if it's a day trade or a swing trade. If it's a day trade, yeah, you can't go into 60 tick drawdown. You can't use. Yeah, that's so fucking crazy. Yeah, that's so bad. That's ridiculous. That's so stupid. So as soon as you go into drawdown, you hedge. No, not at all. No, as soon as the trade, I can't really go into it in too much depth in a quick video. But let's just say for whatever reason, you're looking for a swing trade like this. You're looking for this big play up. It can't be trusted. So say let's say for whatever reason, you're looking for a big swing trade like this. And you're looking for this big play up, your stop loss is down below the weekly low. But on an intraday perspective, you're clearly closing bearish. You close below a level, you retest. You have to hedge some shorts to cover this drawdown. And cover the fact that, you know, this could hit stop loss until you close back above here. So you minimize your risk and you minimize your drawdown. Scott. It's you hedge your trade when it's clearly going against you, but the overall trade isn't invalid. So if it's a swing trade and it breaks against you intraday, doesn't really matter. But that doesn't mean you can't hedge against that. And the hedge trade here isn't a profit taking trade. The hedge trade could literally come back and get you a break even, and that's great. The hedge trade is just an anchor drawdown. But if it's a day trade and you buy here, hoping that it's going to push up and it breaks below, you don't do anything. You know, if I was day trading and I bought here on gold, as soon as you close back below here, retest, I'm cutting my longs there and, you know, even considering break even. And sorry, flipping it short. I think I want to take some longs here on gold. As long as we don't grab these highs, if we bottom wick into these lows, I want to take some longs. Okay, thanks. Yeah, no worries, Tony, man. A lot of people think hedge trading is just buying and selling at the same time. I can promise you that's incredibly fucking stupid. It's not. Not that I'm saying you're saying that, but a lot of people do think that. And I've seen trading YouTuber guys talk about that that's hedging, and that is absolutely not hedging. So you can buy and sell at the same time is not hedging. That's just fucking stupid. You hedge an overall trade when the idea is still valid, but on an intraday basis, it's giving you signs that it may dip a little bit more than you maybe expected. No, yeah, you can't have futures here unless you've got another account. That's the only annoying thing about that's the futures side. That's something I do miss. What's your view on trading with FTMO? Yeah, FTMO are great. Probably one of the only FX ones that I would say are actually good. Well, I can't speak on behalf of all of them, but they're the most reputable. Before you max out FTMO, don't go searching for some other secret prop firm that doesn't exist. I traded FTMO for a while. I had an FTMO payout, what? When did I go to New Zealand? Maybe was it 2 years ago? 2 years ago, I had a payout from FTMO that paid for my entire New Zealand trip, which was pretty cool. I spoke about that in one of the videos. I spoke about that in my day in the life in Brisbane video. I had a payout on FTMO that paid for my entire New Zealand trip, and I camper vanned all the way around New Zealand. And I ended up losing that account actually, because I got locked out of my camper van and lost out on a 10k trade. That's a story for another time. Are you managing your own capital, doing fine now? I mainly trade my own capital, man. I try and trade funded as well, but it's very difficult to manage both. I prefer trading personal because I would use all funded for that. But in the beginning, you know, funded is great if you're consistent. Let's make that clear. If you're not consistent, funded is the worst thing you can do. Let's move into it about. No, I don't actually, Brian. If you've read it about anywhere, man, feel free to send it over. I'd like a read on that. Hi, hey Mocky. What have I missed? We had some sells on gold that we closed at. I don't know my position. We had some sells here that we closed at break even. After this 5-minute grab some highs, we're looking for some sells into this double bottom. But we closed that at break even after this 5-minute close doji, which was good. And I think we're gonna get some longs soon. Grabbing some intraday 5-minute lows here. If you start to re-break this high, you can see this drive up. So we're gonna get the London Open here in a second. Let me see how this 15's looking. Remember, the 15 doesn't have a bottom weight just yet. Yeah, this hourly's looking. This hourly gives me signs that we're gonna grab these highs here. That's what I would expect the next hourly's gonna do. Tap into these levels for like 20 ticks. 4 hours a bit messy. 30. Yeah, I really think we get some longs on the open of the next hour, which I'm gonna watch. Let me just see. How's hourly looking? Yeah, hourly looks decent. Right, I'm gonna get this hourly open in 1 minute here, and I want to look for longs because I imagine anyone who is selling gold here is going to be trying to do something like this, looking for this big play down. So we want to buy up into where most people are trying to sell. And if you start closing above these highs, you could see gold push all the way back up into like 2038-ish. You do still have a double bottom down here, which makes me skeptical. But because you're near the highs now, I think we'll at least grab them and then maybe come down and grab them. But, you know, by that point, as soon as we start grabbing these highs, we're already potentially securing some profit. So let's see how this next 15 and hourly is going to open. Ideally, it opens bottom wick. Maybe grab this little 15 low, and then we can go long, and that'll give us a pretty decent range to play. It's a very tight range here in London, but you know that's still like 23 ticks into the highs, which is great. I'm going to change my contract size here as well. Because if we get a decent setup, I want to go in this normal risk. So 5 minute on the futures opened, instant top, then bottom wick. 5 minute just closed on the currency with no bottom wick, which is kind of good actually. Half demo risk, yeah, maybe even full demo risk, you know. We may risk the full demo here today. Yeah, so you see this, there's basically a 30 triple top here. Solid 15-minute wick rejection there. But I think that wick there is a retail trap. Because it didn't grab anything. If it didn't grab anything, then it's not of interest and you could easily see it filled in. But I need this to kind of just wick out some lows and then we can take it. Oh, there you go, cool. Now we're pushing down here. So the low that I'm interested in grabbing before going higher is here. Because that's the 15 low that opened with no bottom wick. So you'd want to wick out that low, re-break the highs. And then that could give you a pretty decent trade. What's your break-even point? 15, yeah, cool. Runners into 30. Cool. Well, let's see here. God, it's fucking hot. Ugh. So you recommend sell for gold? Overall, yeah, overall, yeah, gold to grab previous week lows, but on an intraday perspective, I'm looking for some buys. Right now, anyway, I can change at any point. But right now, based on that hourly close, I would like to see gold come and grab these highs here. At any bottom wick rejection of this support here, I'm looking for some longs. Yeah, it's very messy today, which is what I imagined. Is what I said in Discord. It's not ideal coming into London with a 200 tick Asia drop, but we can still make a range work. I don't mind trading ranges. We think there's any swing trade to open in the market in any pair? I'm sure there is on some pair, but I'm not really gonna go through my entire watch list on a swing perspective now, man. It'd take too long, unfortunately. Gold could give some decent swings once you grab weak lows. You can get some pretty nice swings on Goldie. Man, it's fucking hot in here. Re-break the high. Yeah, it's like 20 ticks is pretty decent. Cool. Alright, amazing. So we're grabbing these 15 lows now, which is good. So this is the 15 low that opened with no bottom wick. So we're grabbing that. So if you start to reject here now and break the highs, you could have some longs. Chris had your inspection go. Yeah, it was alright, Chris. It was okay. The house was alright. But man, it's fucking. I mean, there was like 15 other families there, man. It was absolutely crazy in Brisbane right now. I've never been to an inspection with so many people. It's crazy. I took a picture because it was so crazy. I honestly couldn't believe how many people were there. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me see if I can show you. Let me see if I can show you. It was an alright house. It was nothing like the pictures, but I don't know if you can see, but there's literally like a queue going down into the street of people queuing to get in house, and I was like, what's the fucking point? But yeah, it was a nice house, but it was not the house for us, unfortunately. We want something a little bit more modern. But the garden and pool was beautiful, but the area is not that great. I wasn't a big fan. But I got another one tomorrow at 9 AM. We're not in a rush to move, so we are. Well, I mean, we kind of are, but we are and we aren't. Like, we don't have to be out of anywhere in a certain time. We break a lease wherever we go. So, the two friendly place offer a little. Yeah, I was thinking that. Or 50 like to secure our place. Yeah, nice. Yeah, good shout, man. Depends on how you get stuck. Yeah, I might have to. Yeah. I was actually thinking of offering a little bit more on some. You know, some people are even offering to pay like 6 months down, but it's like I'm not willing to type that amount of cash into a fucking rental. It's not worth it. It's not worth it for me. I will do what Mark says and go get a tent. But offering a little bit more a week, yeah, I would do that. Yeah, I would do that. But what they do is you just go to the forest and dig that place. Yeah, kit out like I seen a dude in a camper van who's like kitted out like this van into like a proper gaming setup. I was like, fuck, if you could do that for a little trading setup, it'd be so cool. And he just travels around in his fucking camper van with Starlink and just fucking games everywhere. It's pretty cool. I'm too old for that though, but yeah. Bruce lives on a cruise ship. Come on, Gold. What are you gonna do here? I didn't mean to type that in there. That's not a secret time frame, I swear. Gold Coast. Yeah, I'd love to move to Gold Coast, man. Unfortunately, my partner works in Brisbane, so we just can't. I would love to move to Gold Coast. I love the Gold Coast. I love the Sunshine Coast as well, but I think I love the Gold Coast more. There's a little bit more going on. But yeah, it's just unfortunately a bit too far for my partner. That's the only reason we're leaving Sunshine Coast. We both love it up here, but it's just too far of a drive every day, unfortunately. So apparently I have to make sacrifices. I don't know how I feel about that, but I said if we move back to Brisbane, I want a decent house with a pool. Otherwise, I'm not coming. I'm staying here. Whether you like it or not. Look at this 15 on goal. This is so choppy. Happy wife, crappy life. You can sleep in a car, but you can't race a house. That's very true. That is very true. That sounds like time to buy an Audi R8. I was actually having a look at Audi R8s yesterday. Compared to the price of Audi R8s back home, there's more than double. So unless you can live in an Audi R8 or something like that, I don't know. So, I can't bump this up. Wouldn't film 6.2. RS6 wagon, let me see. Naughty Mark. Let's have a look. Yeah, they are sick, to be fair. I like them. They're very nice. Someone else just said that. You can't drive a house, but you can sleep in a car. Goodness, because you're a goal simulator in the boot. Fuck yeah. The house we went to see today, although it was just a little bit too old for us, but it had like a whole downstairs which I would have like kitted out into like a fucking full office little golf sim. It had like a little cinema room and everything. It was just a little bit too old. That was pretty sick. And it was quite cheap as well. The boot? Trunk? Yeah, who calls it trunk? Trunk is banned. I'm not allowed to say trunk. It's like when everyone laughed at me for calling the Wi-Fi thing a router and not a router. I still think it's called a router, but for you Australians, we'll go with router. Is that, yeah, that's what a boot is. Yeah. It's what we call a boot. Well, what you call a trunk, we call a boot. Yeah. A router. What do you call drunk? Frunk. Well, that's what I don't know. I feel like I'm not the only English person to call a Wi-Fi thing a router and not a router. Or maybe I'm being stupid. I don't know. Sounds a bit stupid now. Think about it. Therefore, a router. A router is what you cut with wood. Yeah. That's what a router's like a carpentry tool. A router is a Wi-Fi thing. A router is that's like a carpentry tool. Thank you. 100% I'm a trippy. There you go. You drive to the route or you drive to the route? I'm with Aaron. Router. There you go. I think I say router. Yeah. I remember the first time I said it because I said I needed a new router and everyone on stream laughed at me. Defo router. There you go. I say router. Maybe it's an Aussie thing. Yeah, maybe. Who's laughing now? Feeler. Oh yeah, feeler. Yeah, I call it feeler. Filler. Really? I would call it feeler. Yeah. Which country are you in again? Remind us. Is this for tax purposes or? No, I'm joking. ATO. I know you're listening. It's just a joke. Calm down. We're all friends. We're all friends here. Yeah, feeler. Yeah, I would say feeler, not filler. Filler sounds stupid. All right, Goldie, what are you up to? What's this 15 doing? Nothing. You're right to call it a router. The way Australians say router is a tool that carpenters use. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Nike or Nike? Oh, Nike for sure. I don't call it Nike. You know, you can't call it Nike. Or Adidas or Adidas. That's one for you. Yeah, of course, Harry. So all I'm waiting for, I'm just kind of waiting for some direction here. To be honest, man, I want to buy gold up into these highs because you haven't grabbed any highs here, and anyone who's shorting here will short this resistance and put their stop loss just above here. So I want to be buying up into that, but you've also got the exact same to the lows. Anyone who's trying to buy gold right now, where are they going to have their stop? They're going to have their stop just below this double bottom. So it's kind of a waiting game of which are you going to grab first, and then you can take the trade into the highs. If we grab the lows and close back above this support, amazing, I'll buy gold up into here. And vice versa, I would have sold here. If this had wicked out these highs, I would sell down into this double bottom. So it's now kind of like a waiting game of letting the market decide which way we're going to grab first, and then you can take that trade. You just liquidate some 5-minute highs there again, re-breaking the lows. That would be a nice little scalp there. Is it worth it? Break the lows? No, 7 ticks, not really. But yeah, if pretty much here, because you got a double bottom down here, so yeah, I think anyone who's buying gold here is going to be doing this. Stop loss just goes below that low, and they're about to get stopped out here. So if we grab these lows now and start closing back above this level, then amazing, we can have some buys. Up into these highs, which would be great. See, this right here is what I wanted us to do here. When we liquidate previous 5-minute lows, I wanted this to drive into this level. Exactly the same here. We didn't have the liquidity. We had to re-push back up, range, and now you've re-grabbed the highs, and now you're smashing into the lows. This is what I wanted. This is exactly the trade that I wanted to happen when we took the break even here. Unfortunately, just needed to range a little bit more, but this is the move that I wanted here. Exactly the same thing. Grabs intraday highs, closes bearish. Grabs intraday highs, breaking the lows. And then you're having to push down. If you close pretty bearish here on the 15 and get a top wick, you've still got sells down into here. But it's like, this is the whole fucking move that we wanted. But the fact you still haven't grabbed these highs here, you're probably going to see more buys up into them. What? This is a pretty decent push. If you get a nice 15 close here, top wick, you could sell it into these lows. But yo, first time here, are you trading gold futures and on Top Step? Sergio, what's going on, man? Yes, we are. We are trading. I'm here on the spot chart, but yeah, we're trading here on Top Step on futures, man. Yeah, look. See? But we're waiting for some direction. See, look at this 15 again. Just grab the lows and still, it's a very quick top wick and it's already starting to flip. But the fact that you haven't grabbed these highs, at some point this week, this could easily, like I say, be one big weekly bottom wick to start flip bullish in, an overall 4-hour and daily still uptrend with no real fundamental change just yet. Wrong screen. Oh, sorry, I forgot to go back. There you go. There you go. See now, because the previous hourly, just closed, respecting support, looking like we were going to see this flip up, and now you're pushing straight back down again. Oh, it's fucking hot. Dailies, probably just going to come and grab these here. It's so difficult. 1 minute it's looking like it's going to flip higher, and the next minute it's going back down. It's a bit of a difficult day today. Previous 5 was nice though, because it grabbed previous 5 highs, closed below the support, instant top wick. But you did also liquidate this double bottom that we had to do and still closed above. It's a very, very annoying range here. But you guys, still be marking on this high for today. and this high up here for some time this week. Retail's too short of this resistance made bank there. Look at that. 40 ticks. Look at that. Very nice. Hey bro, love from India. Please view crude oil and targets share. Have a little look. Now you've asked 4 times, so now you've asked 4 times. That makes me not want to look at it, and I was about to look at it as well. There goes oil. Nah, I'm joking. I'll have a look at it. I'll have a look at it. I'll have a look. Even though you asked 4 times, I'll still have a look. I suppose. Because I'm interested as well. So I'm on the delayed chart here. What's the FX one? I need to update my card on this. So this has already been grabbed on the other chart. Previous week closed bullish. Oil is looking like it might be quite strong. Yeah, it's like a bottom wick. Bottom wick on the weekly. Wick and weekly in the same sentence is a bit of a tongue twister. A bottom wick on the weekly to flip back bullish and maybe drive oil back up into $75 ish. It's looking pretty fucking choppy though. On the daily, may grab some intraday lows somewhere. It's a bit of a mess, to be honest. I wouldn't even touch it if I'm being honest. It looks very, very choppy. Look at this hourly here. Look at that. That's insane. Look at that. That's crazy. Yeah. So if this is a bottom wick on the weekly, you want to see closes back above here. You can probably just play this range. You got a little double top up here as well. Up here and up here as well. You got some highs to come and grab around 74.5, and then you got $75 back above there. So I mean, if I was to go long, I'd wait for a closure back above there, and then I'd be looking to target these highs here, these highs here, and these highs here. Might close above already. Let's have a look. Yeah, look at that. That's the thing, even if you got the shorts, it's so quickly outlived. You would have hit just about 10 ticks and be straight back to break even. Yeah, I'm not again. I really wouldn't mind seeing these buys up into these highs if we start closing back above, like you say. Close back above. We got confirmation 1. That'll be 2, 3, and you know we will have to take it because that's the plan. I'm short from 233. Very nice. You got a nice little scalp there. Nice little trade. If you're not already taking some profit, I would take some profit because you could see that these highs get grabbed pretty easily. Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, so we'd have we'd be looking to stop loss here, because if this is the grab, then you wouldn't need to grab it. But we still haven't grabbed this, which is a concern. But there's nothing to say you can't do that and then that. Just play the range pretty much. Try not to overcomplicate it too much. It's just a range. You close back above. It's annoying to see Asia having such a big move down. Close now. Good job, Graham. Nice trade, man. Short from 33s. Nice trade. 30, 40 ticks. Very nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, I bet, Chris. Yeah, I honestly don't think I would have caught it as well, to be honest. I don't think it was... Yeah, I don't think I would have caught it. You know, in hindsight, it's obvious. I mean, it's clear, but the only way you could have caught it was once you created this triple bottom. Then as soon as you wick it out, you probably would have got break even here, and then it had the big push. So if you missed it, I wouldn't be too frustrated, because you could see all of it retrace this week. I mean, shorts on Friday were nice. at this level, this head and shoulders, after NFP went absolutely nuts. It's like a 60 tick drop. Don't get the edge, yeah, absolutely, man. We're on to catch them, yeah. Yeah, the 5 minute, yeah, 5 minute may have been a little bit clearer. Going to Perth tomorrow for work. Might get to see you. Yeah, nice trend. Yeah, yeah. Perth is like Bali times, which is actually pretty good. So what time is it in Perth right now? What, maybe 3 or 4 o'clock, I believe? Maybe 3? Perth time. So it's 6:20 here in Brisbane. Yeah, 4:20 in Perth. Yeah, nice. Yeah, yeah. -2. That's pretty good. That's a pretty decent time. I wouldn't mind living in Perth time zone for a little bit. Difficult company. Yeah, I would like to short that as well. If we had grabbed these highs here, I would love to short this right now, down into these lows. Just the fact you haven't grabbed any highs, I just don't like it. That's because I'm very confident this is going to get grabbed at some point today. 2 hours, my man. God's country over here. You should come. Yeah, I would love to. Yeah, that's kind of one thing I want to do more this year is explore Australia a little bit more. So much to see and do over here. If you would take a buy trade on gold right now, where would you buy? I would wait for a 15 closure back above here. Bottom wick, retest it, and I'd buy off this level. Stop loss below this low. See if you can grab these highs. Kind of what I'm waiting for here. And I would just play this range and play it back up into here for like 60-ish ticks. But I would need it to close the next 15 to close back above, because that will give the 30 wick, and then you could be looking for the buys, because you're going to see all these highs get grabbed. 30's now grabbed these lows very well. Hasn't grabbed daily lows just yet, which at some point you will. This is fine. What? Don't do that. But I've been hacked or something. What's that? Is that part of a margin call? What's going on? But yeah, I'll be playing this range first. Thanks, I'm new to your strategy. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. All I want to see is, grabbing previous lows, close respecting the level, and I can take some longs. We're just in a, London's just a bit difficult today because Asia's had such a big move down that you're probably just going to do this, which is fine. Like I say, this range is big enough to trade. I'll take trades in this range, but we want to see it now close above. So we've grabbed the lows, close back above, bottom wick, amazing. We'll take some buys. And yeah, you could see tap back into, 235-ish area. I mean, I'd be out most of my position before then anyway. But tap back into, around there. Grab these highs. And then you'll probably come and grab daily lows. So that's my plan for today. Close back above, bottom wick. Something like this, and then potentially something like this. And I'll take advantage of this move up. And who knows, could you sell it later on? Sure. Good day from Warwick. Good day, man. Good day, good day. I do, Chris. Yeah, I do. I kind of adjust them as new levels are kind of being formed. So I think previously maybe I had this level like this, but as we closed bearish here, I kind of just adjusted it like this. Well, cool, closing below here now, maybe top wicking and pushing down. I don't like to adjust it too much, because if you start adjusting it all the time, then you won't take a trade. I'm just trying to base it off as most recent price action as much as possible, especially before getting into a trade. If I want to go long now, well then I'll look at this level and be like, cool, I want to close above to push higher. So yeah, every now and again, especially if it's in a tight range, but don't adjust it too much, because if you just draw support and resistance everywhere and keep adjusting it, you'll probably talk yourself out of a trade, if you know what I mean. But when it's rangy like this, yeah, being extra cautious and trading it from here and then to here is okay. 2 hours from Brisbane, very nice, man. Which platform do you use to trade? I use Tradeovate. Tradeovate and Ninja. We're minus $40 on that day, so we got some serious revenge trading to do today. But that is not financial advice. Minus $40, $44 on the day. Not acceptable. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, to be honest, Chris, I don't. I do that anyway. I never set my stop loss until I'm triggered into the trade anyway. So when I draw my trade up like this, I don't actually put this order in until I've actually been tagged in this one. But I never really used the ATM strategy. I think it is nice to use. It helps if you can't watch the charts, but yeah, I personally, I never set my stop loss until I've actually been tagged in the trade. Like, I don't put it in beforehand, because it doesn't really move that fast where I'm going to need to. You know, obviously, unless it's like something like NFP or some shit like that, then, you know, I'll make sure I have it in ASAP. But yeah, I think it's easier just to execute it. Once it gets tagged, then, you know, you got time to put it in. No, yeah, in futures, I think as long as it isn't, you know, if it's in like Asia and London, you'll be fine like 90% of the time, unless it's something like NFP. You don't want to do that, but it's not likely going to be the case. So yeah, I personally, I never put in my stop loss until I'm actually in it. Stuck on fibs and fair value gets out of habit, but I'm not sure they're worth it. I used to use Fibonacci. I use Fibonacci in swing trading, but Fibs is something to use last in complements with everything else. Like, Fibs isn't something secret. You want to have all your levels on. Like, say if I'm looking for, you know, price to pull back up into here before going, I'll do all my analysis, and then, you know, I may complement it up with a fib later on to see what levels line up with my other technicals. But Fibs is no secret. It's not like price is going to tap into a secret level and then do something. Fibs is just like, it's just an added confluence if you need it, but you don't even need it. It depends. If you're intraday trading, I don't use Fibs. You don't need it. Too much noise. Hedge you or stop you out? On an ATM, it will stop you out, I believe. Like, it will cancel out other orders. If I don't use the ATM, exactly the same. Unless, you know, if you're having a TP or a stop loss order, then if your TP gets hit, it will close out the trade, but the stop loss order will still stay in, so you have to remember to cancel it. And FEGs, support and resistance. I know you're British, but your sarcasm and lingo close to South African. I've never had that before. Yeah, 15 did close above. 30 closed respecting the support. It's a bit of an annoying range. Right, that's it. Man, you're getting timeout for that. You can have 10 minutes of timeout until you learn your lesson. There's too much spamming. There you go. I already looked at crude oil. I already looked at crude oil. I'm gonna give you fucking signals. That's too many messages. You're getting timeout for 10 minutes. You can come back when you've learnt your lesson. I don't want to look at crude oil. I've already looked at crude oil. I already gave you analysis on crude oil. So 30 closed, 15 didn't really close above, but you are starting to push up. Alright, Aiden's going in the waiting room. How do I put Aiden in the waiting room? Aiden, waiting room. Chicken. You guys on Zoo, you can spam. I'll be Yes, I mean the 15 didn't close above, but it's now pushing up. So I may start dropping down to the 5 soon. The 30... bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. Peso analysis, I'll do some peso analysis. Five-minute closed above. Didn't really close, but it kind of held it, which is pretty nice. Now pushing higher. Yeah, maybe time to play this range, I think. Are you live only on YouTube? I'm on Zoom as well. We've got the guys in the community on Zoom as well. We're creating a little 5-minute double top here on gold. A bad place to take a stab at some longs. I think this is false resistance being created here. Yeah, I know, man, I know. That's what I'd have liked to have seen. Yeah, take a little aggressive entry, but you got to be, what, imagine here. Where's my line gone from up there? Who deleted that? I don't know who deleted that, but let's put that back on. I think that was crude oil, man. If this 5 minute doesn't grab this little double top, opens instant bottom wick, I'll probably just mark execute some buys. So choppy today. Yeah, very, very choppy. Very, very choppy. Make him right. I will not ask about crude oil 100 times on the blackboard. No, I have no issue. You guys want to look over anything else, feel free to send it over, but don't post it message after message after message after message when I already looked at it for you. I'm more than happy to analyze anything you guys want me to look at. Especially when, you know, when prices are ranging, send over anything, but don't keep spamming the same question when I already had a look at it. 25 seconds here. If we get an instant, I'm going to have to watch this on the futures because TradingView lags for some reason, but if you get an instant bottom wick on the next 5, we may have some buys. Don't close too bullish though. Leave this double top. Oh, did you just grab it, you motherfucker? And you can probably risk off this low. I don't think you need it down here because if you come down here, you're going to come down here. I think you can just risk off this little low here. Let's see here. 3 seconds here on gold. I'll watch this on the futures. What, am I fucking frozen or is there just no volume? Instant top wick. Oh man, it's just this volume sucks. I would like to take the break at this high, but this volume is a bit... Let me just see, how did the 30 close? It's too bearish. I want to, unless you just get a complete fake out, it goes bearish, bullish, maybe. But the 30 was actually quite bearish. Yeah, 15 still got a big wick. Yeah, it's difficult. I would be open to putting a buy order on the break of this high to see if you can just get this little scalp back up into this resistance, but it's just so damn choppy. Very, very choppy, and I don't like sells until these highs have been grabbed. That's why I want to hedge buys up and anchor buys up into these highs, because that's like, you know, 30-ish ticks, which is amazing. Even just up into this resistance, you got like 20. For working reasons, I'll be more present on a computer during New York power hour. Is it usually a good range for gold, or should I rather focus on trading on my days off following London Open? It's not really a one's better than the other, to be honest, and it depends on what you can stick to, or what you can be most present in. Not really one better or the other. I personally prefer London for the most part. I mean, most of my trades last week were actually in pre-New York. Trade crypto not, but space can get volatile. ETFs. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, I seen that, man. Yeah, lots of ETF approvals. Yeah, let's see. Oh, nice sheet, man. When's all these? Yeah, huge. Wait, is this the month from the first? Yeah. More info. Yeah, nice, man. Yeah, I'll have a look, man. Thank you. That's a decent picture there. I like that. I don't have anything in crypto at the minute, but I used to. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing something into crypto again. From waiting to win the Ashes back. Yeah, it must be Chris. It must be. Yeah, not a bad shot, man. I think New York's going to be busy today. If London continues, I mean, this range is still nice to play. I'm still going to stay on to play this range, but yeah, I think New York's probably going to have the next real move on gold. I personally don't like sells because you haven't grabbed these highs. Don't be price actually. Yeah. Go along with the 5-minute closes. Do the 40. Is that good? 40. It's quite far away. Wait, is that you talking about futures or is that spot? Yeah, even on futures, they're still pretty far away. I believe gold moves more on news than time of the day. It depends what you're aiming for. If you're going for an intraday scalp trade, then you can get that even not on news. Like it just had a great move down today, not on news. So technicals can still give you great plays, but because you've had such a big move down in Asia, you've had a huge move down in Asia. It's expected the gold's going to do this for a while. But this range is more than tradable. This is a huge range. I'm only kind of catch like 15 ticks of this little range. But yeah, it really is not going to surprise me for us to top wick up at these highs today. Analysis on pound yen. Yeah, we'll have a look whilst gold's ranging here. Let's have a look. There you go. Look at that. See, I even gave crude oil analysis, and they're still pushing higher. GJ. Let's have a look at GJ. Let's have a look at GJ. I'll do a little bit of quick top down just to get a brief overlook. So, weekly on GJ has just closed bullish. I think overall you'll probably see GJ this week tap back into like 84.5 on the weekly, and this could be a nice bottom wick. Daily grabbing previous daily lows, which is nice, which is what you would have needed to do before this push up. So you'll very likely see GJ come and grab these highs at some point this week. What would you do on an intraday perspective? Previous 4-hour close is no bottom wick, which is nice. Yeah, that looks like I don't trade GJ much anymore, if ever, but that is a very nice double top to come and grab. Even if GJ, even if GJ is going to push down, it's never just going to push down. It's going to grab these highs and then maybe push down. But if you take the buys into these highs, once you get up into here, if it keeps pushing higher, well, amazing, you've already got longs, so you don't really care, you're already covered. Whereas most people will try and wait for price to get up into here and try and short. It's like, no, it's far enough away that you want to take buys up into that. On the hourly though, if you're looking for an intraday perspective, what would I want to see? It's kind of like gold. It's pretty choppy. It's had a big move down in Asia as well, so So it's kind of choppy. You've already grabbed hourly lows, which is nice. Do you have a... Yeah, you may look to target this low down here. But the safest bet is going to be waiting for buys once you close back above here anyway. So you close back above here, you got a pretty decent, almost 100 ticks, 100 pips, sorry, back up into this high up here once you close back above this level. So you may see, don't be trapped into buys too quick though, because you may see something like this, and then amazing, you can see that gold has tanked. Oh yeah, look at that, gold still pushing lower, look at that. I don't know about tank, but yeah, it's still pushing. Still pushing. But yeah, that's my GG analysis if I had to give any. Looks like you may just come straight for these lows. Shame there's no selling opportunity here on gold. Yeah, look at that 30. 30 did close bearish, but also left a big rejection. I don't think there's any mistrade here. It's very, very choppy. I don't think this move down will be long-lived, that's all. Oh look, Sir Raj is on stream as well. Yeah, I think as soon as you grab these lows, be open to buys on gold. I don't think this move down will be long-lived personally. 2030 is pretty key. Yeah, 2030, yeah, very key. The fact that we're already grabbing, like, almost grabbing weekly lows on a Monday is pretty huge on gold. What time is it? 15 more minutes here. Soon I'm gonna try and figure out where I want to actually set some alerts today as well. We'll start drawing on some levels of what we can see coming into New York. I don't trust anything. Yeah, neither do I, to be honest, but nothing is super clear to me. Even before this push down, with the way that NFP did all this move, nothing was that clear to me either. You know, this move wasn't, you know, super obvious to me. The only thing that's obvious to me now is coming to grab these lows down here. Because you're getting that close to it now that it's, you know, you're very likely going to grab, you know, look for some. Yeah, I would like to sell this because you're coming so close to that low now that you're very likely just going to wick it out. What time is it? You're going to get 15 close here as well. You get instant top wick and a 15. You may take some sells here on gold and you can probably risk off this high. Did that grab the highs? Oh, is that a fucking double top? Oh, I got to stick my head right into the monitors to be able to fucking see it. Ooh, this is a nice top wick here. I may have some sells on the break of this low here, down into that support. Don't do that. Don't do that. Ah, fuck, my knees. I'm getting too old. I'm gonna stand up. And I bought this stand-up desk. I never even stand up at it, but today we're going to. Shit's getting serious here now. That was a very nice little quick top wick there on gold. I think you're gonna see these lows grabbed. That was fucking too quick, man. The reason I think you're gonna see these lows grabbed now is because, you know, anyone who's trying to buy gold here is probably putting stops just down there. It flipped way too quick. I was too busy drawing up the risk reward, so I should have just put the order in. Oh, could still give it though. Could still give it here. This is interesting. Let's see, because the 15 grab previous 15 highs, closed back bearish. Yeah, this is a nice level. Let's look for some shorts here. I'm gonna get rid of this wrist roll. I'll just tell you guys where I enter because it's kind of throwing me off. It's very choppy. Let me just see. Did we actually grab this double top? Yeah, just about waked it out. Pushing up here, top wick. Oh no. Where could we take some sells here? I don't want to take the break of these lows now because they're going to be too far. I won't take a retest entry either because too choppy. How many pepperonis do we have down into here? Yeah, it's still 17 down into that low, which is actually still nice. But look how long it's taken to get there. Oh, we got 2 minutes. Alright guys, let me run to the toilet and we'll stay on for another 15-20 minutes. Give me 2 seconds. What have we missed? What have we missed? Yeah, we'll watch it for the next 10. We'll see this hourly close and, you know, we don't get anything here. We'll plot on some levels. We did take a trade today. It was a good break even. Would have ended up hitting stops if we didn't manage, which is good. But the volume is just not it today. But I did expect it, you know. I did expect it with NFP having such a... Sorry, Asia having such a big move down. What's the discount code on Top Step? Just follow the link and it will already be applied. Or you can, I don't know if it's still on. I don't think it is, but you can try. I think it's gone now. Code New Year 2024. And there was some crazy sales on top of them sales as well, but I believe it might already be gone. I think the New Year sale's gone from, I think it ended on Friday. Unless it's somehow still up. Yeah, ended on the 5th. Yeah, I thought so. Tracy, okay, see you in New York. See you in New York, Brian. It's the same for me soon as well, man. Same for me soon as well. I swear, if it just drops from here, I'm going to be pissed. I was going to say, if we get a top wick here, we'll take some sells. But we're building up liquidity here. We've got a triple bottom down here. Same as what we have down here as well. Triple bottom. See, maybe Wednesday. Yeah, sounds good, Trent. Enjoy the trip, man. Enjoy the trip. That's what I'm waiting for. Yeah, it will. It will. People want to fail. Yeah, I agree, Alad. Yeah, so Top Step's great. Top Step's amazing. For anyone who's maybe new to the streams, be sure to watch the Top Step risk management video that I made yesterday. I gave you guys some rules to follow because people said the rules may be too strict. Well, I gave you guys some rules to actually follow. It's not going to surprise me if he dropped from here, unfortunately. Tricky day. Tricky day. yeah. He's on top step. Yes, it is. Yeah. Yeah. See. Do you think it will grab 30.4? Yeah, I think it's going to grab much higher than that. I want to see gold back up here today at these highs and these highs, but I think before that you're going to see a wick down, grab these daily lows and weekly lows, and then you may see that push up. Yeah. Yeah, look at this. That's a double top. You know, you're gonna easily see a top wick today up into these highs, and here. Before this current push down, you never even grabbed this high. You rejected it, and now you're instantly pushing back down. Yeah, me too, Mark. Yeah, me too. I'm gonna set some alerts. I don't know where I want to set some alerts, to be honest. I think I want to set some alerts if I don't get these sells in the next 10 minutes. Maybe once you start breaking back above here to play this range back to the highs. But you see, that's why it's so important on gold to wait for closures back above the levels. Say that was the support, broke it, resistance. Looking like you're gonna rip. You wait for the closure. Doesn't close above, you don't take the trade, you wait. Respects it and just keeps ranging so you don't take the loss. How many days do you have to trade? To pass, it's a minimum of 2. Minimum of 2. Shit volume range, yeah. Technicals aren't bad. Technicals are in place, just the volume, unfortunately. Once again, there so much. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it, Chris. Good to have you on, man. Let me see, Mark. Let me see your trade. Yeah, it was nice, to be honest, because the 5-minute grab, the lows closed bullish. And it was a pretty easy trade, to be honest. I think that was a good loss. I wasn't too far off taking that as well. Where did you get that from? This one. Yeah, I wasn't too far off taking that as well. Grab the lows, closed bullish. Had so much liquidity up here to grab, and then straight back down. So risking off that low was smart though. You know, most people would take this and be risking like all the way down here. Cutting it there is very good. I still think that will get grabbed at some point today. You got like kind of got a little trend line ish coming down like that as well now. So I think overall buys on gold either today or this week is pretty easy. I'd love to see these little scalps down though. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's lovely. Yeah, that's very nice. Oh, there you go. There's that push, motherfucker. Where's it gonna have 5-minute close? Oh no, look at that bearish push. Where's that 30 looking? Not 390, not that secret time frame. 30. Do 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 do. Just gonna let Goldie breathe for a little bit. Yeah, good shot, Brian. The main lows to be grabbed is down here. This is the push that I wanted. Shorts on gold down into here and down into here. But it just didn't give it. Even I can't see on any time frame where it gave it. Even here on the 30, it didn't give it. 15 to me didn't really give it. No time frames really giving the shorts, unfortunately. Yeah, see what US brings. Yeah, I think so. See, there you go. Look at that. You not even grab the lows and you're straight back up. Gold's fucking crazy right now. Although we're not jumping in trades, we're also not taking any losses. Look at this fucking crazy price action. $5-minute gold. straight back up without grabbing the lows. It's fun to watch, listen to your reaction. Yeah, it's good. That's why it's good to just jump on here and just talk with you guys. I think it'd be very easy to jump in. You know, if you may be watching this on your own, jumping in shorts, buys, shorts, and it's just sometimes you need like that neutral perspective, and I always try and trade from that. Being impatient, getting chopped, yeah, absolutely, man. That's what I mean. Sells, buys, everything today has just been thrown around. Like sells into this low here, looks like an easy trade. Even here, flips bearish straight back up. So, although you can have the most amazing technicals, if the volume's not there, the volume's not there. More stayed in the Emirates Palace in Abu Dhabi. They have a gold vending machine in the lobby. It's so fucking crazy. I think I need one of them in my house. Catch you all later. Enjoy, Mark. See you next time, man. Probably see you in US session. We'll be active in Discord today. The US session. Imagine someone trading this. Yeah, that's why it's good. I'm just chilling, you know. I think people, yeah, roller coaster of emotions. Absolutely, people will be going crazy today trying to force trades in this price action. Whereas we're just chilling. If we get a setup, you know, we'll take it. But there's just nothing. Some people might get frustrated that I'm sitting here doing nothing, but I'd rather sit here and do nothing than take a loss and try and blow up mentally when price is literally just in a big range. Like I always say, you cannot control the range, you can only control the position you decide to take. And that's very important. The losses won't pay for that R8, exactly. Exactly. That'll be enough. Lots of patience here. Yeah, absolutely, Chris. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Today is the only first real trading day of the year. Last week wasn't a proper trading day. This is the first trading day of the year. So if you haven't got a trade yet today, don't worry. Neither have I. But we'll have one very soon. And this is the first real week back of streaming and trading with you guys. 2024 is going to be a fucking fantastic year for us. Last year was amazing. Trading, streaming. We adapted, changed. And this year is going to be even better. I was watching over streams of us from this time last year, and we were trading completely different instruments. We were trading Nasdaq this time last year in London. Now we're trading gold. I made some amazing trades last year. No trade is a position. Yeah, absolutely, Graham. No trade is still a trade. See the book holder for you, Aaron? Class. Oh, let's see it, man. I want to see it. I want to see it. Let's see how this hourly's going to open. If it opens with an instant top wick, you know, maybe something. Maybe something. I think any trade today is not going to give you much easy management. Imagine we just see a 300 tick wick. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Why does trading view fucking lag like this to open the next candle? Shouldn't take that long. Because you've closed below this support again. So if you top wick without grabbing the lows, you're still going to have sells into here. Try and find it. Yeah, send it over, man. Send it over. Because look, gold has technically now closed below this support and this range for the first time today. So if you top wick into here, you know, then, you know, you could argue playing the range as long as you don't grab these lows because that's the target, could be worth it because that's 20 ticks. You're already in and out by then, and that's minimum. If you just push down, so be it. But, you know, you got to think, anyone who is trying to buy gold right now, they try to buy gold off this support, where's their stop loss going to be? It's going to be just down here, looking for this big play up. So if you get a top wick to an area where it makes sense for you to be able to take the trade, which would be here, then great. You can have that trade, and there's your 20 ticks, and your risk of wherever that high is going to be. Recommended top step. I use Tradeovate, man. It's probably the easiest to set up and use. And if you use Tradeovate, you can link it and trade through TradingView as well. Here, I made another video on my YouTube channel as well about how to set up Tradeovate, but it's probably the most simplest if you're new to futures or whatever. It's pretty easy to set up. It's a pretty decent platform as well. So it's not quite ready yet, Robbie. When it will be ready, I think it's going to be great, but it's not quite there yet. I don't think it's fully out yet either. I tested it and it's great, but there's still a few things that need to be fixed. Oh, let's have a look at this. Bull and bear trading. Let's have a look. Type in the characters you see on this image. Oh, this is going to be a test. Alright. You're really testing me today. RT. I have to put in a fucking character code just to go onto Amazon. Oh, that is cool. Yeah, I like that. Oh, gold one as well. Look at that. I'm off. Nice one. Enjoy, John. Yeah, I'm going to shoot as well, man. Oh, yeah, I like that. That's cool. Currently unavailable. That's a shame. If anyone wants to, if you want to post one for me, Alex, my birthday's in March. How long does it take to pass the challenge? There's no minimum requirement. There's only a minimum of trading 2 days. But I made a video yesterday about risk management rules and running over the rules in a little bit more depth. But yeah, all right, guys, I'm gonna leave it here. London has been very, very rangy. Now, plan of action today, which I'll update you guys on Zoom after this, is if we start grabbing these lows here. Why is this lagging? I want to be looking for this later on today. That's going to be the trade. If you don't grab these lows yet and you pull up, then amazing. Look for shorts into that. But the only place you can really look for shorts is probably around here where it would be worth it, because that's like 20 ticks. Right now, obviously it's not worth it because it's only going to be 12. But if you top wick into here, amazing. That's going to be your trade. But if you grab these lows and start closing back above here, play it up into this double top and back up into this high here. But I think we'll be, which I'm going to set an alert here, because if we start coming up into there, if we haven't grabbed the lows, I'll look for shorts. If we grab the lows, close back above, and I'll look for longs. So, Zoom, guys, I will let you guys go. We had a good trade today, good break even, good management. And I'll be active in Discord with you guys in, let's say, about 2 hours. See if we get some more breakouts, get some alerts going off, and I'll talk to you guys soon and update the Zoom recording in Discord in the next couple of hours. Enjoy, guys. I'll talk to you guys on Discord. See you guys. Bye-bye. All right, YouTube fam, I'm going to wrap up there. We did have a trade today, a little break even. Good trade, good management. I think probably New York is going to give the goods today with how steep Asia's pushed down. It's expected London's going to range, but you guys now have my liquidity levels for the day. Once you do get the volume and the breakouts, I think you're still going to get a nice trade today, but be patient for it. Don't force anything, and we'll come back later on for a little bit of pre-New York and see how that goes. But you guys on YouTube, same time again tomorrow, 7 a.m. London time. I'll see you there. We'll do it all over again. Peace.